The heart of this is that a 6-year-old child had a gun in your 8-year-old child's school and shot a teacher. How does this happen? How can they make it so you feel safer? Because I know school's canceled today and tomorrow, but you're gonna go back to school, right? And what can everyone do to make you feel safer?
Possibly just be myself, make sure I'm not scared.
More children will be traumatized for the rest of their life after they then saw a 6-year-old student in their school shoot their teacher, as we saw happen in Virginia. More details are coming out about this whole thing, which makes it even worse and worse and worse. Here's the first couple of details that we did see. So 25-year-old Abby Zwerner is the teacher. She was in the middle of instruction at the time when the 6-year-old pulled out a 9mm handgun. A 6-year-old. Zwerner put her hand up to shield herself, and the bullet went through her hand and into her chest. And she's now currently in stable condition and is able to talk with family. That's what police said. Here's a picture of that teacher, the victim in that particular situation, and people going, 6-year-old, what the hell is going on? Here's some details with that. Police Chief Steve Drew says the gun was legally purchased in York County by the child's mother. It's still unclear how the student got a hold of the gun and brought it in to the Richnick Elementary School. Drew says only one round was fired, but multiple rounds were inside the gun's magazine, so it could have been a lot worse. Here's a little bit more from the Washington Post. After firing that round, the boy was restrained by a school employee until law enforcement arrived on the scene shortly after 2 o'clock on Friday. Drew said the 6-year-old was taken to a hospital where he was given an evaluation and put under court-ordered mental health treatment. He's still in authorities' custody, receiving treatment at an undisclosed medical facility. So you can imagine them trying to figure out the mindset of this particular kid. And also, as I just saw this morning, they're also now looking to see what kind of charges they can figure out for his mother, who, as they said, purchased the gun. But the question there is, did she lock it up safely? Was it safely put away? Was there responsible gun ownership with that? Which we can make all these assumptions that no, but it's really hard for the legal system to determine that. And then, by the way, if you do figure that out, how do we figure out that next stage of when it happens yet? Again, that's gonna lead me to this next part, because one mother at the school, who originally is from England, lives here now, and I think she's saying what many folks who think clearly about these types of things is saying. Let's watch that.
Why is it so bad? Why is there a 7-year-old with a bloody gun? You've got a beautiful country, you've got beautiful people, but what's the problem? Guns. How does a 7-year-old have a gun? That's what I'm pissed off with. I'm only here because my husband's in the military, or otherwise I would not have chosen to come to this country.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Mondale, some folks got mad at her saying that, some comment sections saying, well, go back where you came from. You don't understand, it's not about guns. You know, the same stuff we'll say over and over and over again, because we don't like bad PR, much more than we dislike dead folks in random situations like going to school. What are your thoughts here, man?
Listen, I think she's spot on. And that critique is of our politicians, because we continue to see this happen. This was luckily, like you said, there was many more bullets in that clip. Kids could have been injured. Thank God this teacher didn't lose her life. I think it is absolutely tragic that a 6-year-old in his home or in their home has access to a gun. No one should. Not 6 or 60. I think we have a gun problem in this country, and people can say all they want to that it's not guns. It's people that kill people. It's people with guns that kill people, and we know that. And until we're ready to deal with it, we deserve every rebuke that woman is offering, and other people as well. The tragic part of this is, in Virginia, it's only a misdemeanor if you mishandle a gun, and a young person under 14 has access to it. So. There's no justice in this case, because a 6-year-old can't stand trial because of infancy clause, and them not having to understand or be able to have the intent to do criminal activity. So I think we are in a space right now where we need to really get serious about this gun situation and deal with it, or we're just gonna talk about it again when the next Sandy Hook or the next whatever school happens. And I think the tragic part about it is, there will be no mass conversation about this. There will be no addressing of this. It'll be in the news stories for a couple of days, and we will forget this wonderful teacher who, tried to put her hand up and block this gun and still made sure that she got all of her students out her room before she left. And we'll go back on, because these shootings at schools and these mass shootings is as American as apple pie.
One quick point about the part about when people say it's people that kill people, not guns, right? It's a 6-year-old kid. What is it about this particular person? In these cases, as you point out, who's prosecuting a 6-year-old saying, look at this premeditated situation you've been planning for 4 years since you were 2. So if that's not the case, what is it about this kid who thinks that this is the right thing to do? It's society, it's the way he's seen things go about. Or we can just blame the person, which I saw the comments say that as well. There was one particular who's particularly disgusting. One particular comment did say, you guys have to stop looking at it this way. Look at the demographics of this particular area and of this event. Which then, without saying it as explicitly as he would have liked to, it's this type of person that was involved in this. It's just in their nature, even at 6 years old. But they won't even say that fully because they know how despicable that sounds. And they know how much they're trying to shed the responsibility from our society and the way that we like to hoard and love and sleep with our guns. It gets passed down to the next generation, bro. If nothing else, even if this mother had it and she's not big on gun toting and all that stuff, he sees his society and he found his mom's gun.